everyone, I'm back. And I forgot to shut my door again. 1 second. One of these days, I'm gonna remember everything I need to do beforehand. Today is not that day. And we're back. Gonna finish up, hopefully, Charlian today. Old Char. We'll see. I don't know if we'll finish at least this section of it. We got a new quest to get started. So let's see how it goes. We can go ahead and hide this. Alright. Full reports once and all. Alize is not about to let Erenville out of her sight. Erenville was headed westward along the path outside the Archeon. Come, we can still catch him. On we go! Onward and upward. Also, it's day, and it's not raining for the first time. So, that's what that looks like. There's your artificial sun. It's beautiful. Alright. So, let's do... Nope, not doing a quick recap. So when we left off, we were trying to figure out information about what the forum is up to. Erenville, a gleaner, was being pretty helpful, and we spotted him on the road, potentially meeting with a member of... oh, someone who might know something, I think. I don't remember their specific position, and Y'shtola has an idea on how to snoop. Hold a moment, I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logistica Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Goodness! Frogga Louie. Unaccustomed to transfiguration. Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait with me here. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Oh, Kyle. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. You have changed into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with quest objectives. You will return from your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for the transfiguration's area of effect. Speak with Y'shtola to restore or prolong the transfiguration. Oh, here you go. And I'm gonna really quick make sure... Yep, audio's good. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alpha Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with them and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have your companions join you again, return and speak with them at the original location. Oh my word. Hang on a sec. Oh. I'm gonna come back in a sec. There we go. I want to make sure that I have that. Because I want the experience. Stand still, and I shall recast the spell. The transformation should last long enough to allow you to find and spy on Ehrenfeld. And Frog. Ribbit. Nope. Part ways. Ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit. Alpha Toad hops back towards your stroll and cry. Okay. I should have done this beforehand. I got lost when I was first trying to get back here because I went off and obviously I did other things off stream. And in my goofiness, I was like, oh, I'll just go back. But I forgot I couldn't get past this point. This point here, I couldn't go through the wall. So I was just driving back and forth across the Archeon repeatedly. It was terrible. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I have to go back through the cave and everything. Okay. Now we can do this. Turn me into a toad. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. And they're with me. Let's go. Wait, what does she say if you prolong it? Stand still and I shall recast this. Oh, yeah. It's just the same. Okay. Well, that was a waste. Oh well. Only took us a few seconds, and it sated our curiosity. I was wanting to see if she would have some special dialogue if we talked about. We were like, hey, give us more time. And she would potentially give us an hour in toad form. Those are giant frogs. This is adorable. Look how high I can jump. A proper froggy. A froggy be a small beastie with 4 legs. Discuss your surroundings. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Alley Toad turns to face north. Perhaps she is suggesting you cross the bridge. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alpha Toad attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand that he is telling you this is the wrong way. Up. This is the wrong way? But Alize wanted us to cross the bridge. What are we supposed to do? Not get eaten by yaks? Come, my totally friends. We're totally awesome. Oh, dang it. Oh well. There goes 28k experience. Oh, there it is. Made it! Okay. Oh my gosh, look how cute we are. We are adorable.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
Wise words.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Yeah, give them good working conditions. Gleaners' rights.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Ah.
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Okay, he is wonderful. I love him. He's best boy. Also, Graha is best boy.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Yeah, that's right. Dim's not a toad. He's a rat. There we go. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle, this momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Sharlayan has been called to action, and the Telophoroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kryl for the moment, see what they think of this. Agreed, we need to regroup. Redouble our efforts. See what we can do. I'm gonna unlock this. There we go. Okay. Where are we meeting? Across the bridge. Okay. As I've been focusing on leveling Dragoon, so I've decided to do my turn-ins with the Dragoon for the rest of this, so they get the experience on that instead of Sage. And, it, you know, may or may not have been a factor that I can wear the same glams on it. I mean, technically this glam I can wear on any of them, but since Reaper and Dragoon share the same gear, I can wear the same glams on them, so I don't have to worry about looking different in cutscenes. Welcome back. I trust you found Ehrenfeld then. Yeah, he found us. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. Trying to get everyone's face in this. We should share this with Kryl, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas just in case she decided to wander. Okay. We'll check the suspicious flowers. I don't remember where those were on the map, so I guess we'll just have to zoom around and see if we can find it. I think they were near a cliff, which I suppose is not necessarily helpful coming from the fact that this is all cliffs. They were up there. Okay, nope, not up here, so maybe it's across the way. Let's take a look. Oh, that is it. Forgot there was water. Can we jump over this? Not quite. Worth a shot. Always see if you can jump over things. That's how you do. Was it... Is it over here? It was not... Does not appear to be. Darn, my lack of directional sense and forgetful memory. Maybe it was back the way I was originally. Can I get up here? If we look up, maybe we'll have a better vantage point to see if we can see her. Oh, there we go. Kryl.
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead. Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment. Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, It was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you.
What?
Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
Was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out. Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked. But at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
Aww.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not the face you want to see.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian. A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Don't you touch Graha. I will fight you. I will stab you with your own ears.
But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
Oh, God.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
Sir, I will throw you.
But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
I'm upset. I am upsetty spaghetti. I feel like maybe I should turn the volume of the music back up a little bit. Oh, baby. No, what'd they do to you? I better not have hurt you.
Forgive me. I was careless.
Oh, I don't know why. I love the, like, when characters get in trouble and they're like talking to each other under their breaths in front of the chorus. They're like, I'm sorry, my bad. It's just so, I love those scenes.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Smug.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
Oh, of course it's Fortuno who is the one who's throwing the biggest fit.
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
How did we interfere? We did nothing of the sort. We helped. We were helping you.
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
What malcontents? What have we done?
These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Yeah, take that.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention.
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
That's our X-Dark. Smart. Go, Grohog, go. You get him.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea. You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
Literally all we asked for was access to your archives for research.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuno, I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania.
Literally saving lives.
Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Square Montechain. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
Exactly. Thank you.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections.
Thank you. You didn't really explain anything.
Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given?
Exactly.
Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Yeah, Fortuno. Look at him sitting over there, all with a ratty frown on his face.
We will have order! Master Montechain raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlian. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, Scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
Much more reasonable.
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
See, that's fair. We were poking our noses where they weren't supposed to be, so we do deserve some reprimanding for that. But them talking about us, well, Fortuno talking about us trying to incite people and obstructing their stuff was not right. So I'm glad that they fixed that and pointed it out. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city, and our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whenever the Forum discovered the ethereal sea. With our freedoms so sorely curtailed, however, we will struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. I don't remember a lot of this. Which I guess is both good and bad. And it's not because it's not memorable, it's just I have bad memory. About some things. I think it's ADHD. But it is fun replaying it. Because everything's just like a second chance to view it for the first time. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. His father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphino? Alize? It is you! When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so glad they allowed you to stay. Mother! Mother! Ameliance Levier, at your service. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. I am so happy. I love her. I love her. She's a queen. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you're here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking to my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortuno are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Timing couldn't be better. As matters stands, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure we... Dhim'a, what do you think? Dhim'a? The Dhim'a Louis? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Yes ma'am. It's blank stare. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Oh. Dhim'a, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone. And with her any opportunity to protest. You can't argue with Mother. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Yay! You're gonna go hang out with Mom! 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 I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Dhim'a? Though it seems we shall have enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Of course I will. Fine. If we're going, then let's get it over with. Be sure to stay in the entrance hall, no peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room was always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away, childhood toys... Mina, never mind. The Levier estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Alphino and Alize are now accompanied. Excellent. Let's go. Come on, friends. Down the stairs. Yeet. Come, you two. Two conversation places. Discuss the view from the bridge. When Alize and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. And now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. As children, Alphino and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless and leaning over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at that exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out my name. Oh. Dad's like, don't fall! Kid's gonna fall! Dad reflexes kick in, catches kid before they fall over the railing into the water. This is pretty. Discuss Ox Landing. Oh yes, this is where I first practiced magic on an actual person. Alize had fallen, you see, and scraped her knee quite badly, so I tried casting the simple restorative spell I had only just learned. How she smiled when the wound closed. The joy and relief. That was, I believe, the very moment I chose the healing arts as the main subject of my studies. Aww. So cute. I used to come here all the time with grandfather. In summer I would dip my hands and feet in the fountain and splash about. Not Alphino, though. Even back then, he wasn't very fond of playing in water. He'd make any excuse to avoid it. Which would explain how I came to swim like an auk and he sink like a stone. Funny. Those two couldn't be more different. I love them. Chameleons! Hello! And here you are at last. Please do come in. In we march. Oh, look at all the servants.
Welcome home, my lady.
It's voiced. And they are rich. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
What are you gawping at?
How wealthy you are. House Levier and all its grandeur. Scion headquarters must seem squalid indeed, just admiring the craftsmanship. House Levier and all its grandeur.
Oh, gods, please don't. It makes me feel like a spoiled princess.
Dim's just stunned that you're rich.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Ah. Excellent.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures.
Aww.
I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Aww.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scions coin and other such donations.
What?
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. 'Tis clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Aww. And a brother. Big brother Dim.
'Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Sure. Hang out with Mom. Tell her all the embarrassing stories about her children. Yeah, I'm glad I turned up the volume. The music, it was just a little too quiet with the cutscenes. Ooh.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect. Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
She is wonderful, Mother.
See for yourself.
No wonder they turned out so well. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
If you would allow me, Master Alphino.
Wait. Are these...
Sage's
A
weapons!
sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
I love her.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Wonderful mother. We must protect her. Protect her at all costs. Alright. Alpha, no! Look at you with your sage's weapons! Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I, shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. as will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the Annex and rejoin our companions. Yes, to the Baldessian Annex. And as much as I want to continue, it is my bedtime, and I should be good about getting to bed. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this in, and we will call it a night. Enjoyed your time with the Leviers, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once we've heard your report from Thavnir, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Excellent. Alright. And there it is. Here we have it. With the entire gang back together. That is our session complete. Next time we will begin the quest, question mark. Which is going to be us reconvening and trying to figure out what the heck we're gonna do. We ain't got nothing. Thank you all for joining me. I will see you next time I stream. Take care.